Welcome to food tier list, fast food tier list at that. We're gonna start off with what appears to be the root beer logo. All American food. I've never had you, but you look at the root beer logo, and I like root beer, so you're gonna go in B tier. Arby's, your sandwiches are always incredibly meaty, but it's like rotten meat, and it's got like cheese flowing over the side of it, and I just can't get over the way that you look. But your curly fries are good, so you're gonna go in D. Baja Fresh, you're C. Blimpies, don't even know who the hell you are. I like Bojangles, not the food, but I like the name. Bojangles just overall is a fun name. When I was younger, me and my friends always would yell out something about Boo Boogie Bojangles, and it was just fantastic because it's just such a stupid name. So you're gonna go in C tier because of your stupid name. Boston Market used to be good. Then they decided to give you tiny portion sizes, and then they changed their recipes, and then they realized that they're no longer good, and now they're just Boston Market, and then they started closing down locations, at least where I live. So you're gonna go in D tier. Burger King, your ass cheeks. Ass cheeks. Raising Cane's, never had that. Carl's Jr. Isn't Carl's Jr. just Bojangles with a different name? Carl's Jr. and Bojangles are like Checkers and Rallies. They're the same thing, just with a different name, just branded differently. Checkers, you're decent. You're decent, Checkers. Chick-fil-A, S tier. Chipotle is S tier when they're not giving mass groups of people food poisoning. When they're not handing out salmonella like gift baskets, then they're great. Church's Chicken, never had that. Cookouts, you're alright. But I prefer, what is it? What is it called? Mission Barbecue over Cookout, so you're gonna go there. No clue what you are. Del Taco, you're not D. You're C? C? You're a low C. You're a low C. Denny's is for anybody who's afraid to go to Waffle House. Yes, that's what Denny's is for. Denny's is for anybody who's afraid to go to Waffle House. Denny's isn't especially good, but at least you're not going to get in a knife fight with the parking lot. But I will get to that event once I get to Waffle House. Domino's Pizza, you're not good. Dairy Queen, you're good for absolutely nothing but ice cream. Your burgers are disgusting. Your fries are disgusting. Your potato skins were decent, but that was when I was in the mountains of West Virginia. D tier. I had one of you near my house when I was younger. Your chicken was good. No, wait, no. I'm thinking of something completely different. But it had a very, very, very similar name. Firehouse Subs is S tier because now we get a massive discount because firefighter. Yes, sir. Worked hard for that. I hit my chest too hard, though. Is Five Guys the one that has the peanut barrel? If that's the one that I'm thinking about, because you have a giant wooden barrel containing mass amounts of peanuts that I can just take as I please, you're going to go in C tier. IHOP, you keep trying to change your name and you keep doing outlandish, stupid stuff to try to stay relevant, so you're going to go in D tier. In-N-Out Burger is massively overrated, but not too bad. It's massively overrated, but it's not bad, so it's going to go in D. Jack in the Box? Never had Jack in the Box. Have I had Jack in the Box? Jack in the Box has a clown as the logo, right? It looks like a giant ice cream clown. It has a really round, plump head. Yes. I have had Jack in the Box. You're C. Jersey Mike's is D. Jimmy John's is D. Never had Jollibee. KFC, you always have the grossest excuse me, get away from there. You always have the grossest, dirtiest chicken. You always have the grease pooling at the bottom of the box in that nasty tissue paper that you always shove there. No. You're F. Little Caesars, too much hate. KFC, not enough hate. But Little Caesars has too much hate. Little Caesars is good for what it is, which is quick and ready pizza. That's what it is. So since it's good for what it is, it's going in C. Long John Silver's, I don't like your... I went to Long John Silver's for whatever reason. For whatever reason, I felt the need to go to this dirty fish fry. And I bit into whatever the little fried filet thing was, and it was nothing but breading. There was no fish in it. Somebody literally deep fried the batter and just handed it to me with a smile on their face. There was no smile on the face. They just handed it to me with a blank stare. F tier. McDonald's, your food is gross, but your fries are good. Your ice cream machine doesn't work, but your smoothies are okay. You're C tier. I don't remember my experience here, but I remembered it was good. Outlandishly good. Yes. No, Five Guys actually is B tier. Five Guys is B tier because of the peanut barrel. Noodles and Company, vastly overpriced and kind of bland and tasteless. You're gonna go in D tier. Panda Express, you're B tier, but maybe not because your prices have been going up. And although your food is good, $10 for a plate is a bit extreme if you ask me. I liked it better when it was like $8.50, but I'm gonna go there. Panera, you're not as healthy. You lie to people, and people think that you're healthy, and you know that you lie to them, but I know the truth. But you're still kind of good, though, so C tier. Papa John's, I have a love-hate relationship with Papa John's. Okay, their pizza is definitely not good, but the racism was tasteless but funny. If you've heard the audio calls, if you've heard the calls for Papa John's, I couldn't help but laugh. So I couldn't help but laugh. So it's gonna go in D tier because it was mildly amusing. I've never had you. Pizza Hut, you're C tier. Popeyes is a load of garbage. Okay, I worked at Popeyes. I know how we make the chicken. Those chicken sandwiches that you all love, I used to make those. I know how they're created. And if you used to see the cooks in the back washing it in that dirty ass green stuff and then bare knuckle punching the absolute shit out of the fillets, you would not want to eat those things. If you saw how we made them and how everything was kept, you would not want to eat them. Popeyes is F tier. After I quit Popeyes, I couldn't eat Popeyes for a long time. And we had roaches crawling on the counters. And customers used to say stuff about it, and the manager would just be like, ignore them. I'd be like, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to ignore this fat ass roach that's just on the tray? How do you want me to ignore that? And what do you want me to do? What do you want me to tell people when they point it out? I'm just like, I ain't nothing I can do about it. And they just leave. They just stop mid-order and then just walk away. So, 16-year-old me was not prepared for that. Potbellies, you're overpriced. You're overpriced now. You're D tier. Never had you. Quiznos. Quiznos is ass cheeks. Quiznos is Subway but worse. Roy Rogers, you're awful, but your baked beans are good. You're mediocre at best. Never had you. Shake Shack, never had Shake Shack. Sheets, that's the gas station restaurant thing. It's like Wawa, but not. Phone don't fall. I caught it. I could sense it sliding off the desk, so I just grabbed it real quick. D. Why did I go and try to remove Blimpies? I don't even know what this is. What are you? What is this? Skyline? What is that? I don't know. Sonic is S tier. Steak and Shake, never had you. You're F tier, Subway. Never had you. Taco Bell is B tier. Minus the shits. But we're not going to talk about that. I've never had you either. And I've never had you. Now to Waffle House. So Waffle House, when I was in Florida, I witnessed two crackheads go at it at the Waffle House parking lot. And by go at it, I don't mean sex. I mean stabbing each other in the parking lot of the Waffle House. They got into an all-out knife fight in the parking lot of the Waffle House in Florida. And that is not a joke. That's not something I'm just making up to spew out of my mouth. That is a very serious statement. I witnessed two crackheads stab each other in the parking lot of a Waffle House. F tier, best in the world. Wawa, your subs are great and they're inexpensive, and they have actual good food options. Like I got a burger there, and then a quesadilla, and then their tacos. They're almost pretty good. The tacos are $10 though. It's not worth $10. C tier. I never had you. White Castle is C tier. Haven't had you. You're gonna go in S tier just because my dad's coworker made you and then sold you. Zaxby's is B. That's my complete food reaction tier list. Let me double check and scan this and make sure that everything is okay. Okay, I've made some minor changes. I don't even remember what I moved. Oh, yes, I do. I moved Subway up from F to D, and I moved Quiznos from D to F because I have a much greater distaste for Quiznos than I do have for Subway, and then I moved something else, but I'm not sure what exactly it is. I think I moved White Castle from C to B. But this is my completely reasonable opinion on fast food restaurants. And if you enjoy Burger King, honestly, if you enjoy Burger King, I think you should leave. You should depart now with the video.